Hello, welcome back everyone. This is Amy the Mystic Rose Tarot. Here is our Virgo 1 Decan reading for the month of Virgo, but specifically for the first Decan of August 23rd, 24th to September 1st and 2nd. We are with guidance of the Eight of Earth, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Coins. The decks that I'm going to be working with for this reading is the J.Gill Tarot, Vision Quest Tarot, and the Crow's Magic. So I had some technical issues, and this is my second attempt to record this, so I will not hit that button that I should not have hit to stop the recording. So what I'm doing here is every month I'm doing a decanic reading to give guidelines for the 30 days of each astrological month. The first 10 days, which represents the first decan of Virgo, the second part of Virgo, which represents 10 to 20 degrees. It's the midpoint of Virgo, which I feel the second decan holds more of the attributes and influences of Virgo. And then we have the third decan, which takes us towards the last 10 days of that astrological month. Okay, so with Virgo, if you watch my tarot astrology profile, Virgo is an earth sign. It's mutable, so we're dealing with energy of perfectionism, analytical because of that influence of Mercury, analytical thinking, fine-tuning, asking questions to make sure that Virgo knows what it needs to complete the task or to make changes. So because of that earthness, earth influence of Virgo and the practicality and the simplicity that Virgo puts into its efforts, sometimes it could be a little bit more intense because of the mind getting overwhelmed and trying to see too much of one thing in a situation. We have to keep it simple. So with Virgo, for this first decan reading from August 23rd to September 2nd, and I want to wish a happy birthday to all the Virgos, especially those who have a birthday this week. We have here skill from the J.Gill Tarot. Okay, we see an individual there putting all the work, all the effort, but also staying focused. We have the cogs of this wheel-like card with the Eight of Coins or Eight of Pentacles, but I think this is more of coins, and the dedication, the focus, making sure that everything is working smoothly, maintaining, repairing any cracks. This is the kind of work that Virgo does best. It looks at all the details and relieves anything that does not do of any service, that dismisses energy that shouldn't be in this place because it ruins the flow that Virgo needs to be in. Virgo's mutable, so they need to have a steady stream of things going in a good direction. You know, it's like if someone comes in from outside and throws a wrench into that flow, it imbalances the direction of energy that Virgo needs to get to its goal of completion. Here with the Eight of Earth from the Vision Quest, we have inner order. Okay. So we're seeing here with all the work that was put in through Virgo from the time, I'll make reference to this, from the time that these pumpkins were in seed form and to where it's growing. It put all the effort, it put in all the nutrients, all the care, all the maintenance that is needed to get to this state. Okay? This is a card that shows right action, right thought, making these right choices to get to this point. Puts order, puts things in a place where things can move and grow naturally. Here with the Crow's Magic, 8 of Coins. Now here we're dealing more with the analytical aspect of Virgo, the mind, the knowledge, insight, information that it takes from where it is. It's taking those processes of what it sees, taking that information, and like we did here with the 8 of Earth, maintaining and caring of something that is of value. What's of value here with this 8 of Coins is the knowledge. Okay, understanding what's going on, utilizing the information and resources that were given to you and putting it to good use. This is a card of putting the mind, this is mercurial energy being put in its greatest place to apply to the 8 of Earth, to apply to things that are of value. We take the value of knowledge, transfer it, and put it into the physical realm to see the end results. So with a general overview of these eights, 8 of Earth, Coins, and Pentacles, or coins I would say here, what I do with these readings is I pull a card from each of these decks. Even though they are all eights, they visually hold a different kind of energy. So for those who are watching this, you may feel more akin to this 8 of Coins card. So when I pull a card for that particular, from that particular deck, you can utilize that particular card for guidance for that week, and also combine it with these other readings, because these cards are going to pull, or these decks are going to pull different readings for each of these cards. Okay, so that's why I decided to break it up like this, so that you, the viewer, can have the choice to decide if you want to take the reading from all the cards, or from 2 of these cards, or 1 of these cards, and use that as guidance for the next 10 days. So you're utilizing the energy of the 8s and the element of Earth with the inspiration of Virgo, and the cards that I pull to kind of direct you and steer where you need to place this energy the most in. I want to also show you a card. I did have it on the picture for this video. This is from the Unified Esoteric Tarot. It'll be kind of hard to see because it's dark. But here they have the creator, Attila, has a different planetary placement. We have Ceres and Virgo. And so Ceres does deal with fertility. It does deal with earth, the harvest. But I want to focus more because we're working with the Sun and Virgo energy. Sun is of the life force. It's what drives that energy of Virgo with this particular decan in combination with Mercury energy. We have dedication. Okay, so we see dedication here in this card. Okay, we have dedication, the hard work, the effort. Okay, so we see the physical work of the skill. We see the dedication in here, the 8 of Earth. Seeing the importance and the responsibility of taking care of this. And we also see the dedication here with the 8 of Coins. The dedication with this card, because of it dealing with knowledge and wisdom, is that commitment to learn and to use your thoughts and the information that you've gained in a proper way. You understand what's going on, you're dedicated to the cause, and you're going to make these right choices and put them into actions where we start seeing the benefits from those results. Okay, so I'm going to gingerly place these cards here. You're going to see my cable come into camera. This is a very tight setup here that I have here. So the cards are going to blow out, but you've already seen the cards. So I'm going to focus on these cards here. Okay, so you can see I'm shuffling. Okay, so again, this will be a reading for each of these decks, and whichever image you feel drawn to, that can be your reading. Or you could take all of those cards and combine the readings. Okay. All right, so bear with me here. It's going to be awkward shuffling here a little bit. Let's try that one more time. Okay. And I'm just going to shuffle 3 times. All right, so let's see what card we got. I'm going to just do it on the top. So I'm going to pull the cards out and then break it down with the reading. Okay, so we have here Wands. Lots of fiery energy. With some readings I've done recently, that fiery energy of Leo is still kind of trickling in a bit. So here, this is 3 of Wands. Okay, so you can ruminate on that card. I'm going to, because of space, you can hear me shuffling. Hopefully you can hear me shuffling. I'm going to do here the corner of my cloth. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull from the top our conscious state here. Sorry, you keep seeing my cable swinging through. Oop. Kind of hard to shuffle when you're in a tight space. Let's try one more time. Okay. That's good. I had shuffled this beforehand. Son of Water. Very good card to go with the element of earth. Okay, and then let's see what we have here. Our crow's magic. Oops. Okay. Oops. Oh, okay, so that's our card. Just flipped over. Knight of Wands. Shape, shift, change. Put this here. Okay, so I hope you can follow this. So this here is the reading for this particular card, or like I said, you could combine them together. I will do a combo reading. But here we have this beautiful 3 of Wands. Okay, we see this fiery energy here. We have the 1, 2, and 3 of being very much, this works actually good together, stopped in my thoughts. We're seeing the influence that comes with having this enterprise going into skill, going into this 8 of Pentacles. Okay, we're seeing this drive. This is something with Virgo, the skills of enjoyment, because we're seeing the benefits, we're seeing the growth, we're seeing the success taking place. This movement, as there's movement here, this 3 of Wands is becoming this life force for the skill, for the work. This is very inspiring. So again, this reading is for this week of August 23rd to September 2nd. This is what we can apply to this week when it comes to work, to getting things done, putting the effort, but also having that excitement of seeing what is happening in front of us. Okay, the Son of Water for 8 of Earth. A beautiful card here from the Vision Quest. Okay, so this is more in the Pisces realm. This is more of we have our Eight of Earth, we have the inner order. I would take this reading more as a form of reflection, taking that moment to stop and more or less connect with what you're seeing. How do you feel about what has been formed, what has taken into shape? Okay, we're seeing the results here. How do we feel about what we're seeing? Okay. It doesn't mean that you have to go deep emotionally and intellectually or spiritually, intellectually with this particular Eight of Earth card, but this is more or less how you feel. Okay. Do you feel that you could have done something different? And being that this is a Virgo reading, there's a possibility that you may feel like things could have been done better. But at that point, change that way of thinking and see what you have produced so far. See it for what it is. And don't go back. Move forward with it. Emotionally, what can you do that you can add more into what has already been produced? Okay, and feel that energy. Okay. As much as you put the intellect into what you're working on and what you're trying to perfect, emotionally, there is that influence as well, because we're seeing the results. We're seeing what's happening in front of us. Here is the action that we're putting into the skill. Now we're seeing the results, but how are we feeling about it? Okay. So here, with our Eight of Coins, again, knowledge, wisdom, our insight, what we're gaining. This is almost similar to this Eight of Earth. Okay, but here we have Knight of Wands. This is more of Sagittarius energy. I feel with this card here, so I'm just going to make a shift. I feel with this card here, this influence of the Knight of Wands, we have something that looks like a pterodactyl. And the guidance here is of expanding the horizons. Okay, we already have the knowledge. Where can we take this information that we've gained from what we've been working on or what has been handed to us? Where can we take this information of the Knight of Wands and change it? I like the key word here, shapeshift and change. But where can we expand on it? I'm using the term expansion because of that the Jupiter influence with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is also about knowledge, but it's also about expanding. Where can we take what we've learned so far and take it to the next level? Okay, with the Knight of Wands, which is also a mutable sign. So there's always more room to learn, right? And so this is working with what we have, with our eights here, Eight of Earth, Pentacles, and Coins, and just expanding it in a greater way, so that you can take this and change the direction of how it's been going and make it go into something bigger. But again, the choices that you make for expanding your perception is thinking ahead, thinking what will be the end result of this. How much can I put into this scene, into this, and make it even better. Okay, so with this card here for the Eight of Coins, we are seeing the changes that are going on. That mutability with Virgo, the mutability that we have here with Sagittarius, but also the sensitivity. Not getting lost so much in the work, because most of the earth signs, and I shouldn't say most, all the earth signs are work-centric. They are focused on making things grander, better, but also with structure. They have to have a direction to what they're trying to attain, where their goal is. Okay, so here again with the Knight of Wands, we're changing our perception and putting it in a way that makes us see things in a different way so that we can expand from these scenarios. Okay, so there you have it. There is your reading for the first decan of Virgo, August 23rd to September 2nd, using the Eight of Pentacles coins and the Eight of Earth for guidance. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Let me know how you feel or think about these readings. If you need clarity on the decans, let me know, but I feel it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so again, each decan has 10 different sets of degrees, 0 to 10, which represents our first decan throughout any of the solar signs. 20 to 30 degrees, which will be the next reading, which represents the midpoint of that astrological sign, and that's usually the first week of each solar sign. And then our 20 to 30 degrees, which represents the last 10 days of that sign. And so for this month, we're going to have obviously 8 of coins, pentacles, and earth, and then we have 9 of coins. And for the second decan, and then we have the 10 of coins, which rounds up the reading for that last week of Virgo. So let me know how you think, what you feel about this. If you need, again, clarity on what the decans are, it's pretty straightforward. And each decan will have a different planetary placement for it. As I showed here earlier with the Unified Esoteric Tarot, it's kind of hard to see here. There we go. Attila, the creator of this deck, placed Ceres in Virgo instead of the Sun in Virgo. The reason why that is that he works with the modern planets. The Golden Dawn only works with the first 7 planets. So when Attila created this deck, he had to accommodate the placement of the planets with each sign and kind of move them over and shift them around a bit so that they can fall in line with the traditional, or with the modern planets. And also he puts in Ceres. Chiron is another star. I shouldn't say Ceres is a small star. He puts in a few other planets into the mix in his deck, which really expands and changes the whole interpretation of the decans. But it helps. It helps give a different perspective. So again, we have dedication. This is the Unified Esoteric Tarot. This is a card from that deck. And he also shows the reversal meaning. So it's like lost in details. So Virgo, can't get too much lost in the head about specifics. We need to start making choices so we can move ahead, make choices to keep going and progressing in these different states of the eights of pentacles and coins for this decan. Okay, so have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I will see you all again soon. And apologies for the rough lighting here, but I hope you can make sense of this the best way that I have right now for this temporary setup. Okay, have a wonderful week, and again, happy birthday to all the Virgos, and for the decans of August 23rd to September 2nd.